My boy, I have a favor to ask you. I've lost something.
What'd you lose?
I mentioned one thing. Oh, I am sorry. In fact, it's about a friend. Charles? You remember Charles? No, you can't remember him. Silly me, you never met him. Anyway, Charles is a friend. A scientist co-worker. He was way more successful than I must say. So, he's a friend, and I lost him. It looks like he disappeared, and I am a bit worried. I know that he was doing some sensitive research. Important. Maybe he ran into problems because of that. Anyhow, it's hard to tell.
How do you want me to find him?
He has an assistant. Very nice. She used to make delicious pastries. Unless I'm mixing her up with someone else. Anyway, he had an assistant. I'm pretty sure of it.
I'll go find her. She must know what happened to him, and if she does, it'll turn out the professor is just in a conference somewhere.
Maybe. It's true I don't get invited to conferences as often as I used to. It's rather unfair. I used to love the cocktails they served.
You know my master Sean well, don't you?
Well, it's a strong word. I know him, of course. I saw him during all those years I came to visit you. We would talk sometimes. He likes you a lot, you know. I think that he has great hopes for you. He's also very bitter. He bears a grudge against our corporation, and I don't know why. I think that it was because of the appointed couple policy imposed upon the Technomancers. He must have had a frustrated love story, that boy. I hope that he did not give you bad ideas. Abundance has shortcomings, but it is up to us to fix them, and it remains undoubtedly the best of all corporations.
You know Colonel Victor?
That awful man. He looks like he swallowed a lightning rod. Maybe that's the case for all I know.
Scott, you know that everybody says he's dangerous.
Oh, very much so. A man so consumed by ambition and obsessed with power always ends up being dangerous. You mean for me? What do you want him to do with an old crazy man like me?
What can you tell me about the slums?
That's where the true Ophir is. That's where I have my clinic, you know. Of course, you know. I love that neighborhood. It's very lively, and you can find everything a poor doctor needs. Bars, patients.
I can see your interests are very specific.
You're not going to lecture me knowing that you yourself take focus drugs and other crap regularly. And it's too late at my age, anyway.
What do you know about the exchange?
I am not really into tourism, you know. I think that it is better to ask someone else if you are looking for specific information on a neighborhood. All I can say is that back when I used to go there, it was a commercial neighborhood.
What do you know about the source?
Bah! What do you want me to say? You know the place better than I think. That's where the political centers are. Your barracks, the Technomancer's chapel, and all those buildings that are our corporation's pride. It is quite a cold place. I must say that it's not my favorite neighborhood. You feel tiny there.
At your command, Lieutenant.
What do you think about Technomancers?
Aw, hell. Well, you're putting me on the spot, aren't you? Alright, well, you guys are strong and all that with your powers, no doubt. And honestly, you're only the second one I've ever met. First guy was at our place in Green Hope. He was a nice old guy. He taught us some terrestrial techniques, and, you know, obviously he was there for us if we had spiritual problems. But, to be honest, I can't really compare him to you or any of the other ones here, of course. That said, honestly, I'm really proud to serve under you, Lieutenant. You're an example to try to live up to. I mean, you were just one of us regular people, and you became an officer and a Technomancer. It's really incredible and inspiring.
What can you tell me about our captain?
Sorry, Lieutenant?
I want you to speak freely. It's just us.
No, of course, Lieutenant. I just, Captain's a great lady. A bit strict and not always polite with her orders, but that's nothing to bitch about. Sure, she's got her reasons, and it's for her own good. And hell, she knows a lot more than what's going on behind the scenes than we do. Hell, she came from a family of officers. She's damn good at her job. Was meant for it. And I'm pretty damn proud to say she's the head of our unit. I'm just a little surprised you're asking me, Lieutenant.
What can you say about Anton Rogue?
Not all that much, I don't think. Head of the Voorhees mob, yeah? Heard he's not exactly a good man if you catch my drift. A guy no one in their right mind would want to deal with. And, you know, being a soldier and all, I'm just an honest, hardworking guy, so I have no reason or interest to rub shoulders with him.
What do you know about Colonel Victor?
Colonel Victor Watcher? He's, not someone I met or want to meet either. Not that I mean, I know Abundance is overrun with rebels and enemy spies, but it's just, word is, when it comes to him, best keep your mouth shut. So I'd prefer to follow that advice, if you don't mind.
What do you think of the source?
Ah, an amazing place, Lieutenant. Really pretty architecture, mind-blowing buildings, all of it. Makes you proud to be part of Abundance. And you know, I'm all kinds of proud to serve here at the barracks that protect our corporation. Crazy to think the safety of the people's representatives and the Dowsers in our hands. Really cool.
What do you know about the slums?
Ah, hell. Biggest dang part of Ophir and overpopulated as crap. Gotta be a miserable place to live. Too many people, too little space. And I even heard there's some rebels living in there. But how the hell can you find them? Like rusted needles in a dirty haystack. Made only more dirty by the Vori there too. It's sad. A lot of good people gotta live among the garbage because he can't afford to get out.
You ever been to the underworks?
Oh yeah, sure. Places like a crazy maze. Warehouses everywhere. Tunnels leading to nowhere. Kinda crazy. Think they should really be patrolling them more often. Honestly, I swear I saw some creatures who could tear apart any poor guy working down there. Dangerous stuff, Lieutenant. And not that I'm criticizing our work down there, or I wouldn't do that.
You're from Greenhope, right? What was it like?
Ah, Lieutenant, it's a really beautiful place. You gotta see it to believe it. A lot of space, not like the city. A lot of cultivating and breeding areas. I mean, a lot of stuff that makes its way here is made there. And hell, if you like hunting, that's your place. Not that it's perfect or nothing. Like, its houses aren't as nice as our Capitol buildings for sure, but it's nice there. You'd like it. Beautiful views of the desert and fields around it. Just really, really nice.
Lieutenant?
You don't like Technomancers, do you?
Not a surprise, Lieutenant? You go to your little private schools, cut off from the world, then just show up all clean and well-fed with your weird-ass powers, and poof, just take other officers' positions without earning them. You don't have a damn clue what war is. Never been to the front lines. Let me tell you, I have. Even fought alongside some of your so-called masters. Day in and day out, we fought together. And day in and day out, they had more respect for our damn enemies than they ever did for me or us. We ain't nothing to your great officers with their divine abilities, or whatever the fuck they are. We show our respect to you because we know we'd probably be up shit creek in some of these wars without you. We don't have to like your kind, and I don't. It's my damn right. So yeah, no, Lieutenant, sorry. I don't like Technomancers much.
What do you know about Anton Rogue?
Head man of the Vori, one of my best friends. Great guy, really fantastic. Hell you asking me shit like this? How would I know? One of the most dangerous fucks on the planet? People say he's everywhere. Knows everything about everybody, even us simple soldiers who he'd never lower himself to even share a drink with. If you're looking to deal with the guy, watch your ass. Dude's a snake with friends in some very high places. Stay the hell away, if you can.
You've been a soldier a long time. Tell me about the army.
Best years of my life, stuck in the worst job on the planet. Sure, it's the best army on Mars. Best trained, best equipped, most disciplined. But with guys serving for over 10 years without a single fucking promotion? Hell's the point? Where's the enticement to be a hero? Well, thanks, another shiny fucking medal. It'll make my casket real pretty one day. No thanks. The officers are either legacies who went to the right schools or folks like you who actually went to good schools. Army doesn't care about valor in combat. They care about privilege, in my opinion.
You know Colonel Victor?
The ASC chief? Yeah, sure, he's the head of the intelligence services. They hunt down enemy spies and rebels. But you know that already. Why are you asking? Is this a test?
No, just interested in hearing what you think of the guy.
I don't. I don't think anything about him. Let's just leave it at that.
What do you know about the ASC?
Why? You work for him? This an interrogation or... Look, all I know is what everybody else knows. They protect abundance from enemies and rebels. Is that the right answer? Do I earn my merit badge?
David, listen to me. I'm not...
That's what they all say.
Tell me about the front.
I haven't been back there in a while. What do you want to know? The place is a constantly shifting slaughterhouse. Sure, we'll take a piece of the Shadow Path, a mine or something, costing us a few hundred lives, only to lose it right back within a week or so. And we both take prisoners. We put ours in camps. Who the hell knows what happens to the ones they take, though? But if you're dreaming of beautiful, heroic bullshit happening all the time, you might want to look somewhere else. It's just blood and mud and rotten food. Nights of fighting, days of losing sleep, and fear. The kind that makes you know one day your body will drop, lost in a forgotten part of the world.
What's the deal with the barracks?
Fucking hellhole. Dorm smells like the bathroom, and the food tastes like it was pulled from there. Training ground the size of a playground, despite there being plenty of room and no fear. That's it. Every chance I have to get the hell out of there, I take it.
What do you know about the source?
The holiest of holies, yeah? You're looking for an important building? It's there. Unless you're looking for a place to eat. You'd have to hit up the exchange for that. All you'll find around there is busy-looking people running around with serious-looking faces. Why so serious? Who the fuck knows? Guess making up laws in the house of the people to ruin our lives is serious business.
What's the deal with the slums?
Hell, man, that's my home. Grew up there. Ain't easy on the eyes, but damn if it ain't lively. Hell, most of the Afir population lives there. All the laborers, keepers, craftsmen, and most of the ward, too. No one ever gets out of there. Ain't no time or means to make the place better, neither. When something collapses, they send the mutos to half-ass repair it, over and over, and over again. The high-ups hate the place, but truth is, it's where the real forces of abundance and fear are, you know? Also the home of the rogues. But I ain't gotta tell you that, do I, Lieutenant?
You heard of a bar called the Curiosities?
Who hasn't? Trendy joint, I guess. Rumors the rebels been hanging there too, but I don't know about all that. I go in for a drink, that's all. Though I tend to get those drinks pretty fucking often, because they're cheap and they're strong. And if you can manage to stay out of the arena or the drunken brawls, you can have a decent time there.
Hey there, I'm looking for Charles Seeker. You know where I could find him?
And you are?
Zachariah Mancer. Professor and I have a mutual friend who's worried about him.
I know the feeling. Haven't seen him for days. I'm Veronica Seeker, the professor's assistant. I got a message informing me he had taken an impromptu vacation, but it's not like him. He didn't even like to sleep, said it just wasted time. Even more than likely in the middle of the research he was doing.
Yeah, seems a bit off, doesn't it? Professor was supposed to start some research with a friend of mine as well. I'm sure he'd already started work on it before leaving. You know anything about it?
Of course. I was involved with the professor's research, though I shouldn't discuss it with anyone without his consent. But with that last name, Mancer, I suppose this technomancy research is of particular interest to you. Otherwise, most people barely bat an eye towards the scientific aspects of Technomancer powers.
If you're concerned that the message wasn't really from the professor, did you report his disappearance?
To the authorities? Of course not. The authorities, Mr. Mancer, have far more pertinent issues than this, which I am sure will work itself out in time. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Veronica, I know I'm not exactly a prime physical specimen, but I should hope that I am still not so forgettable. Unless I'm wrong and we do not know each other, what is, after all, certain in this life? It might all just be a confounding dream. Like the one I had last night, where, trying to wear my pants as a shirt, I found my nose got caught in the zipper.
Professor Scott. Oh my. Hello. I am so sorry I did not recognize you. You should have told me earlier to save me from this embarrassment. Was it you who was planning the collaboration on the Technomancer research? I'm afraid the professor's vocal railings against the ASC and their ceaseless power grabs might have finally come back to bite him. He would even preach to his colleagues and the listeners at conferences. I would give anything to be wrong, of course, but hope is oftentimes incongruous with the reality we must come to face.
Lieutenant?
Hi, Scott.
Hello, my boy. How are you? Nothing broken, I hope? Zachariah, could you... Anyway, could I talk to you in private?
What's going on?
I know that I'm asking a lot from you, but I was wondering if maybe you could continue to investigate. You are someone important now. You know a lot of people. They can tell you if Veronica's suspicions are justified.
I can probably talk about it with my captain, or tap into some contacts in the know.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I want to be sure, you see. I think that you need to recover his latest research. I strongly believe that, besides what he said, he found something dangerous. The ASC, they're thugs. We must not allow sensitive scientific research to fall into their hands. The risks are too high.
I'll see what I can do, but I doubt that Veronica will give me Charles's documents willingly. She's very protective of her boss's work.
Why did Charles start getting into politics? Politics has no place in the scientific community. It's such a plebeian concept. Now, look at poor Veronica. She's like a lost soul.
Why the hell did we come here to interrogate this girl, huh? We don't have enough to do? This ain't what I signed up for.
All you need to know is I'm interested in that professor, Dave. That's it.
Great. Another thing I ain't allowed to have any thoughts about.
Veronica, I need a favor. I'm looking for access to the professor's compiled research documents. Might be a big help to me.
It's just not my work to share, Zachariah. If he came back, I don't think he'd be too pleased to find out I handed it away. You ever find out what happened to him?
Still looking for leads. Just finding dead end after dead end. I'm still looking.
I keep hoping he just took a vacation. I know better. That man could never relax. Let me know if you hear anything, will you?
Hey, I know you don't mind helping out the police when you can, so I just want to know if you've seen anything lately. Groups gathering, people acting suspicious.
We're in the slums, officer. This is Anton Rogue's world. More people than not around here are acting suspicious.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking more about anyone who may be looking to herd abundance. Folks not fans of the regime. Rumors are going around some rebels are planning an attack.
Fucking assholes. Hell, they can't just leave well enough alone? Nah, I mean, I heard something about fellows talking angry, talking about meeting up, but other than that, nothing specific.
All right, thanks.
Hello there. Feel free to browse.
I'm looking for a little information. Maybe you could help me.
If it's information regarding my merchandise, I'm a fountain of knowledge. If it's in regards to anything else, I'm afraid I have little to offer.
can't take this anymore. I don't even have enough to feed my kids. My job beats a damn 40 more than my own family.
Keep your mouth shut. You wouldn't be the first to moan and end up sleeping under the sun the next day.
I know, but how am I gonna survive?
Sell your diner and work for someone else. If you want to play it safe, live another day.
Good day. Care for some merchandise, officer?
I need information.
Don't we all? Unfortunately, I'm just a simple merchant who spends her day here, selling her goods, and probably knows little of anything that would interest you.
Lost 10 doses of serum the other day. Bad bet in the arena at the Curiosities. Wife is gonna have my head if this keeps up.
Easier said than done. I know the thrill of a win. Reminds me, did you see the fight the other day? An unarmed man taking on a whole group of guys with knives? Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, no, I missed that one. Must have been one heck of an event. Wish I was there. Almost impossible to go through the underworld without bumping into one of those monsters.
Yeah, the guards aren't working overtime to get rid of them either. Almost got caught by a school of jellyfish the other day. Didn't think the score was worth more than my life, so I hid.
I've seen one of those filthy creatures from a distance. Heard they're poisonous. I came face to face with a locust once. Never ran so fast in my entire life. When there's one, there's bound to be many.
Serum? Serum for the poor?
I need some sensitive info about a certain group of citizens.
I don't know what you're talking about. All I want is a little serum.
Come on. I'm sure that you see everything that goes on here. I'm looking for people plotting an awful attack. You've heard people talking about sabotage or someone named Bulgakov?
No, not right off, but maybe, you know, a bit of serum might help jog the memory. Help me remember, you know.
Here.
Thank you, my lord. Yeah, those saboteurs, citizens that you're looking for, they often get together to talk, looking shadier than bulls at a china shop, and the name Bulgakov is always a hot topic. I don't know what they're plotting, but they talk and talk, and always more or less around the same spot. Not too smart, in my opinion. They're always hanging out in front of the Curiosities. It's not very discreet to meet in front of a bar, huh? Anyway, that's their problem. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to get some food.
Those terrorists aren't even hiding. Meeting up right in front of the curiosities? You really think we're morons? Or maybe they're the morons.
Blinded by self-assurance. How many tragic mistakes happened because of that? Even me, in my research, being so convinced that... Oh, I can't remember that experience in particular, but I think that it involved...
Scott, we better be discreet. Even though those opponents are reckless, they'll run away if we make any noise while we get closer to them.